First, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth with sincerity. And a shout out to the Akim out there that's also pushing this truth, and Brakadah to you hopeful elect that are out there and just needed to hear the right words. We come out here every week on the highways and byways to declare this truth, to declare this good news that the new heaven, the new earth is about to be created. It's going to be created through us. We, the real Hebrew Israelites, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that are scattered among the four corners of the earth. And among that, you have the confusion of faces. You know, we Israelites that look like the other nations but are beneath us. We're an Israelite, but just needed to hear the right words, to hear the good news, the gospel of this kingdom. And what's good news to us is very bad news to the opposition, to the adversary, which we often refer to as Satan. Satan means adversary, so our adversary, Satan, the devil, which devil means deceiver, our adversary, Satan the devil, is Esau, the so-called white man. And this place, Babylon the Great, America, has been the deceiver of all the nations and pretty much has caused all the other nations to drink of their philosophies. You know, do this, give up your chemical weapons, you will not be attacked. You know, surrender or die, pretty much. And so all these other nations have been forced to drink of this, you know, that America's so-called democracy is coming to a nation near you. And they have no choice but to either adapt to these philosophies or else be destroyed. And so that's what America has done, is destroyed many nations with these philosophies. You know, pretty much the delicacies of Babylon the Great. So, again, what's good news for us is very bad news for the Edomites, because the Edomites are the so-called white people, the Caucasians. And so these cave dwellers, because that's who Esau is, was a cave dweller, you know, because their father is Esau. You know, this is not very good news for them, but what's happening now is the 12 tribes of Israel, we're waking up as to our identity. You see us all over the world, you know, all the way to here, Redding, California, and then you see us on the other side of the world, you know, England, and you see us, you know, we not just in London, we're in Italy, we're all over the place. We're waking up as to our nationality. But I'm going to read this good news, Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Yes, and we're waking up now as to our identity, so we're being part of that bride. Hopefully we're part of that elect. And I heard a great voice out of heaven say, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he that dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And Yahweh himself shall be with them, and be their God. Again, this is talking about the true Hebrew Israelites. Not for all the other nations, but to the nation of Israel. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for all the former things are passed away. Because that's all that we've ever endured here in America, Babylon the Great. You know, they say that, oh, well, if you walk this trail of tears, we'll include this. You know, they came over here, they invaded, they slaughtered our people, and proposed these delicacies. You know, because Christopher Columbus came over here pretty much looking for who he may kill. And he was always out to kill us, and so eventually he came in with an army and wiped us out. You know, and so these are the tears that we cry because we're stuck in this place. We can't get out. We are stuck with the curses, Deuteronomy 28, where no one will buy us back. You know, there's nobody to recompense us, you know, to make a deal to get us back. We have lost our heritage, you know, but we're now coming back into that. So that's what this new heaven, new earth is talking about. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I will make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. And that's what's happening now. The water is pretty much the knowledge of these scriptures. For we true Hebrew Israelites that are scattered among the four quarters of the earth, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the confusion of faith that be among them. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Again, the sons of God are really the Hebrew Israelites, the 12 tribes, And so we're waking up as to who our identity is, And this is very bad news for the rest of the nations, because they've been drunken on this philosophy of Mystery Babylon. America, Babylon the Great, taught stretch Christianity and the idea that he came to save everybody. But no, he came only to save his elect. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And that is the thermonuclear weapons, the weapons of his indignation. That is World War III, which is about to come and hit this place, America, Babylon the Great. And we can see now that all the nations are getting ready to bend the bow and to bring this place. This place, which later becomes a lake of fire, it is Babylon the Great. It is America. It's not the Vatican City, because the Vatican City doesn't have blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans oppressed together. But this place, America, Babylon the Great, does. Every day you hear more and more, derogatory statements towards us, that, we're called every byword. That doesn't go on in the Vatican City, but it goes on here in America, Babylon the Great. You got your groups like the Ku Klux Klan and all these other Edomites, that pretty much want to see death to us, that proclaim death to us, that pretty much, it's kind of funny because they say that we're taking all their jobs. But Esau doesn't even want to work for the job that he has, but he's going to complain if a Latino shall take his job, because the fact is, those that, that's part of the blessings of Issachar, is that we're hard workers and we're very loyal, which, can be beneficial to Esau, but he doesn't see it that way. He gets very jealous of all that. But really, truly, deep down, that's why they're hired. First hired, first fired. Why? Because they know that they'll work their ass off and they'll take any shit that is their way, because we're under the curses, Yeah. And so this place has been built up on the slavery of others, and it's in the national anthem that pretty much they had no intention whatsoever on freeing the slaves. That bullshit that you were taught that Abraham Lincoln came to free the slaves, it's all bullshit. And pretty much the Civil War was broke out because it's something that the elites wanted to do. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, who really go back to the Bourget bloodline, who Cesare Borgia, which is the image that we were given, the thing that we were catfished with, as to believe that was the son of the Most High. Pretty much he's here today as David Rothschild, the reincarnate. So we're tearing down all the strongholds of stretch Christianity and all these other philosophies that we've been indoctrinated with, And so, at the same time, though, we got another false flag that just happened in New York. They're popping off small false flags here and there. But as I was thinking about it yesterday, kind of free thinking, it's probably to blame Hamas, to blame the Palestinians, because, these Zionists, in which Donald Trump works for the Zionists, which are, these Edomites who call themselves Jews, better known as Amalekite, Ashkenazis who claim to be the Jews, but they're not, but are in fact the synagogue of Satan. Pretty much just declared Jerusalem as the capital of the Israeli state, which, New Jerusalem is we the 12 tribes, pretty much it's going to be the New Jerusalem coming down. First, we're going to get beamed up on them chariots, so we, are not going to be caught into that second death, which is when America, Babylon the Great, is destroyed by nuclear fire, which is known as the Lake of Fire. So we're going to be beamed up during that, and then we're going to come back down from heaven. That is the elements, because heaven has a lot of meanings. Most of the time it refers to as kingdom. So the new kingdom, we're going to come down from the elements, which is the heavens, which is the sky above us, as a form of the heavens. And then, you got your universe and everything else, which are also part of the heavens. So we're going to come back down and we're going to rule with Yahweh Shai, pretty much. This kingdom We're proclaiming it now. You know, we're coming to the realization of who we are. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the confusion that faces to be among us, you know. We're proclaiming our birthright. We're reclaiming that of which is ours, you know. And so, you know, now's the time, you know, that the mercy is being shown while it's still here. Before your video gets flagged or taken down, or they change your channel. Happened to me lots of times. My channel's been taken down, you know. Pretty much had to start a new channel, start all over again, you know, because eventually the famine of the word is coming, where you won't see us out here anymore because there won't be any more platforms and all that, you know. You see it all the time with these false flags that they pop off, you know. So you got these other events going on. Esau setting fires in Southern California make you believe that they're dry lightning strikes, but we know that this devil is the deceiver of the whole world, you know, to make you believe, though, that, you know, because let's face it, their news and propaganda, it's all fake, it's all bullshit, and they want you to believe, though, that all these things are happening because they can create a vision, they can tell a vision. That's another reason why it's called television. That's the main source, you know, because everybody believes what's on television is real. And it's just an illusion that they're creating, a crystal ball that they're creating. So they want you to believe all these things, you know. And so that's what they did, you know, with Stretch Christianity, is they gave us the image of Cesare Borgia and said that that's the Son of the Most High, and got everybody to worship it, and yet changed his name from a Hebrew name to a Greek name, but that's not even his name at all, because it doesn't even mean Yahushai. Jesus really means Hail Zeus. So hail to Zeus. They got us to worship Zeus under the pretenses of being the Son of the Most High, you know, and, you know, mixed up the scriptures, you know, pertaining to hell as Hades, you know. So you know, we would believe that, and they pretty much put that all together so that way, if you were to ever stray, if you were to ever question things, if you were to ever get away from their so-called church, that you would go to hell, this place of fire and brimstone, which the place of fire and brimstone is when this place, America, Babylon the Great, is destroyed once and for all, you know. And people see the harlot for what it is now. These nations are hating this place. They want to burn her with fire, you know. Almost every year, Iran, which is the Persians, do death to America chants, you know, and want to see America burn with fire. They hate America. Well, look at the coup d'etat that was there. America did that shit. Look at what they did to Iraq. America did that shit. Look at what happened in Libya most recently. Give up your weapons and you will have a treaty with us. How many of these places have given up their weapons and they were attacked anyway? Saddam Hussein, you know, gave up his weapons long ago. Bashar al-Assad most recently gave up his weapons. Still attacked by America because America's a liar. Because it's the home of the Edomites, you know, which are the so-called white people. And that's who the devil is in the Bible. So-called white man, the Caucasian man, you know. But see, not everybody that looks like a Caucasian is necessarily an Edomite, because you have confusion of faces, people that look like. So you have to know what's in the heart of everyone. That's why we have to go out there, because we don't know who may be among us that is an Israelite. But just, you know, they ask the right questions, you got to present to them, which is why we're doing this, you know. But eventually the time will come where we can't do this. So it's time now to come out of our slumber and go out here and teach, which is what we do. That's the heart of a prophet, you know. You were meant to receive this, and we were meant to deliver this message. So I hope this has been edifying, and Lord willing, be back again with another lesson real soon. Shalom.